in LA. And you can see when it ends there, Officer John Hatfield kick the suspect, Stanley Miller, and then strike him, there you see, with a flashlight. Okay, now you see several other officers, but they are blocking our view of exactly what the suspect is doing at the moment. In response, Officer Hatfield and 7 others have now been temporarily assigned to desk duty. Joining us now is Gregory Yates. He's a Los Angeles civil rights attorney who has successfully represented victims of LAPD civil rights abuses. On the phone with us is Robert Ernenwine. He is the former LA Deputy District Attorney. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Hi, Linda.
Gregory, I'm going to start with you. You've been able to look at this videotape. What's your assessment?
It's just very, very heart-wrenching to see that once again Los Angeles is faced with a situation where the public is going to question the integrity of our police system in Los Angeles. It's history repeating itself once again.
Robert, let me just bring you in, because you come into this from a slightly different perspective. I mean, what we see is clearly disturbing. But do you think that there are some mitigating circumstances we should know about?
Well, let's remember the context of what happened here. We have the suspect engaged in the 30-minute car chase, risking the lives of innocents. He's driving a stolen car. He ultimately, evidently, stops the car. He flees. He does not answer to officers' direction. And then ultimately he is taken to the ground by several officers after being involved in felony conduct. What we can't see on this videotape is we can't see what the individual's hands are doing, whether or not he's resisting, whether or not he's complying with officers' direction. So before we make conclusions as to exactly what occurred and whether or not there was excessive force, I think there has to be a complete investigation, and the officers need to be interviewed, and the full context of what happened needs to be discovered.
Gregory, do you know whether this man, the suspect, was armed at the time?
No, I don't.
Do you know whether he was high on any sort of drugs?
I don't, and I don't think it's pertinent to the situation. You can see from the tape that an officer had tried to put one of his hands around to his back and was in a position to cuff him when he was interrupted by another officer who pounced on Mr. Miller and interrupted that process. And then along comes Hatfield, kicks him in the head after he's subdued and has surrendered, and starts to pummel him with approximately 11 flashlight beatings. It's inexcusable. You know, it really doesn't matter what happened prior to that.